What is going on, YouTube? Welcome back to another video, and inside this video here we're going to be going over the Pain and Terror Easter egg, or some people may know it as Penn and Teller. They are the magician comedy act, so and so forth, that was popular. They had their own show, so on and so forth. So as you see here, Pain is the bigger guy, Teller is the smaller guy, and as you see, Teller's mouth is sewn shut, which is a playoff because in real life the guy is mute. So kudos for that. They did come out with their own TV show and then the BW called Fool Us. Basically what happens is they invite a couple magicians to their show to try to fool the best magicians in the world. So they bring on these acts, whether it be sleight of hand, whether it be illusion, whether it be whatever have you. And if Penn and Teller or Pain and Terror can't figure out what they did and how they did their magician act, then they win the show. They win the award. They win money, so on and so forth. So you're gonna come across this probably mid to late game story. So there's no way you miss this. Basically, you are trying to rescue Tannis from Pain and Terror. They grabbed her and brought her to the arena here. So there's going to be a spoiler at the very end of this video, so if that's something that you guys don't want to see, click off the video now. If you haven't made it this far in your story, there's a slight plot twist at the very end of this. So basically, Pain and Terror jump inside the Agonizer 9000. I had a problem melting its shield. The actual health bar is not the hard part. It's melting the shield. So with that being said, it's going to be pretty much set up as any other boss fight. There's going to be little spawns you save until you need a second win, and you critical shoot the sensitive spots. So as of right now, the sensitive spots are going to be his two eye sockets and the battery packs that you see. Most notice one is the one on his head. He does have a couple in his arms, but the way he flails his arms, you aren't really able to hit those. He has one on his chest, and he has a one big gas tube on his back, I guess, which is his critical spot as well. So halfway through this, you're gonna see a segment where he spawns chest. I will take advantage of this if I was you guys, to replenish your ammo, because he is a bullet sponge like every other boss. His attacks are pretty much avoidable. Me, honestly, knowing it now, I would get a corrosive weapon for this particular fight because it's all machine oriented. So I'm going to point out a couple of his attacks here. He drops his head low and brings out blade. You can avoid that attack for the most part as long as you time the jumping. He will bring out a 3 of the spinning blades from his chest. Those are avoidable as well. Just watch where his chest opens up and you'll see. So this is the blade from his mouth. As you see, you can time it, jump it, and avoid most of the damage. Try to hit his critical head spot. When you see him come up here, you'll see his couple of his little battery packs on his arms. I didn't shoot those. I don't know how it affects it if you blow up the critical spots, if it limits his attacks. So you see there's a couple of the blades, and there's a sensitive spot on his pelvis, which you really don't have a lot of opportunities to shoot at, which is kind of unfortunate. But as you see, there's sensitive spots all over his body, all over this Agonizer 9000. And there is the tube I was talking about earlier in the video. I really didn't have a problem staying alive. I did get down to the very beginning. That's just because I didn't know how to take on this boss. And this is where he brings up the 3 blades. You just circle around and you avoid those at all cost. This is a segment where he spawns a couple minions and spawns some loot chests for ammo. Again, take advantage of that because you're going to need as much ammo as possible. But they are set on timers and they will explode if you don't open them. As you see here, I was looking at Pain here coming up in the middle. I honestly think they did a very good job. Another quick note on this whole Easter egg, that's actually Pin's actual voice that is portraying Pain in this whole boss battle. Again, nice job. I don't know if those two are big fans of the game or whatever have you and how they got into this whole Easter egg, but definitely with the Terror's mouth being sewn shut and the voiceover, Gearbox definitely did a very good job with this whole Easter egg. And if I miss any key points of how this is an Easter egg and how this goes along with the actual Penn and Teller, please let me know in the comments below. So you see here we are in the third and final segment. I replenished some grenades. These grenades seem to be doing big work. The whole health, the gold health bar is the biggest problem with this whole ordeal, and it's the biggest problem I had with it, just because it is a bullet sponge. See, I went down again, and an immediate second wind. I do have a second wind feature on my build, to where once every 60 seconds, if I go down, I immediately catch a second wind. But while that is a cooldown, I have to actually kill an enemy for my second win. I no longer run this build as my current state, but once I get done the storyline, once I get done the bosses, I'm going to do an exclusive build for where I'm at with single target. So with that being said, we are very, very close to melting his first segment of health, or I'm sorry, his first health bar. As you see here is a small time immunity section. Tanis is going to speak to you, and then there's going to be a sensitive spot that opens up, and then it's pretty much a melt fest. I threw some grenades in here and I hit the critical spot. I started shooting different spots to see if it would work, but just focus on the iridium spot there and you shouldn't have a problem melting the second bar. So shoot, 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 shoot. Throw as many grenades as possible. Again, if you have corrosive, it shouldn't be a problem. So if you have corrosive grenades, corrosive weapons, throw those on before you get in this. Or if you died and had to reset, throw some corrosive, and you shouldn't have a problem the second go around. So with that being said, that is the end of the health. You're going to see some iridium, and this is a spoiler alert, so please click off if you don't want to see it. The iridium is going to go up here and it's going to activate Tanis, basically, as a siren, as a kick-ass siren. She's going to help you finish it, Pain and Teller, because they kidnapped her and forced her into the arena. And here you go. Here's Pain and Terror popped out. They actually don't really do much once they pop out of the agonizer. And there's little Terror. And that's pretty much it. That's pretty much it. From what I understand, I haven't went to go back to try, but you can only fight this enemy once in the whole story. It's not like most of the other enemies, most of the bosses that spawned. I haven't went back and tried it. If you guys have and you guys farm this, please let me know in the comments below, and I'll see you guys in the next Borderlands video. Peace.